Hey there, YouTube. Brad here, aka Unique FLH. Let's talk about HomeKit. Now, we could talk about my Harleys, Touring Models FLH stuff. We could talk about my 2010 Audi A3, which has been slightly modified. Or we could talk about when an old dude does BMX stuff. But today, let's talk about HomeKit. Let's talk about the SwitchBot hub that now has Matter support for integration into HomeKit. Before I get into this, let me explain this is not a sponsored video. These products were not provided to me by any manufacturer. These are all things that I went out and bought on my own, so this is a completely unbiased review. So SwitchBot makes a bunch of different accessories for smart home integration, uh, temp sensors, hubs, mechanical devices for pushing buttons. They make all sorts of shenanigans. Until recently, I had not really been interested in SwitchBot stuff. It wasn't HomeKit capable, so it was never really on my radar. Then I heard that they were going to introduce the Hub 2 that has Matter capability, which would allow HomeKit integration, so I went ahead and jumped on board. The only reason that they really got my attention is because of their blind tilt product, and I wanted something to take my dumb mini blinds and integrate them into HomeKit. So that's what I did. Now, this is not an unboxing or an installation video. There's plenty of those out there. If you're looking for how to install these, you can check out maybe Shane Watley's video. He does a great job of giving a more in-depth review than I do. So my first step with SwitchBot was to get these products here. I got a temp sensor, I got a button to control their accessories, I got their Hub Mini, and I got 3 of the SwitchBot blind tilts for use in my dining room. My plan was to put the blind tilts into my HomeKit ecosystem using a HomeBridge plugin, but that did not work out at all. So once I got them installed in the house, set them up on the SwitchBot app, they all worked fine through the SwitchBot app, but would not work in HomeKit. After a couple weeks, I saw that the Hub 2 had been released, so I went ahead and got one of those, and I integrated it as a hub within HomeKit. Now, the hottest feature on this Hub 2 is its Matter capability, allowing you to bring SwitchBot blind tilts or the SwitchBot curtain into HomeKit natively. There is also a humidity sensor and a temp sensor built onto the cord of the Hub 2 that also show in HomeKit. Additionally, there are buttons on the front of the Hub 2, but those are not exposed to HomeKit. Currently, for the SwitchBot curtain or the SwitchBot blind tilt, Matter support is limited to 6 devices. Now, that gets a little weird and hard to explain because you can also group devices within the SwitchBot app. You can group up to 4 blind tilts together or 4 SwitchBot curtains together, and those appear as one device within HomeKit. I have quite a few different HomeKit devices and accessories throughout the house. Overall, you're going to hear me say this a lot through this video. The SwitchBot stuff is fine. Getting the SwitchBot Hub 2 integrated into HomeKit was just fine. It would not work on my IoT dedicated SSID that's 2.4 only on the same subnet as the rest of my Wi-Fi. After some dialogue with SwitchBot customer service, they recommended putting it on a shared SSID, shared band, 5 gig, 2.4. None of my other manufactured products seem to need that, but for the SwitchBot hub to work through Matter, it seems to be necessary. Kind of frustrating in my perception, but whatever. It's fine. The blind tilt controller motors, they're also just fine. When you install these, I recommend that if you're going to group them together, you do that before you integrate them into the Matter beta on the hub. Additionally, before you group them, I suggest that you go ahead and set their performance mode, whether you want them in quiet mode or fast action mode, whatever that's called, I can't remember. Here are my dining room blinds. You can see what happens when they go to open. It takes about 20 seconds from the time a command is given until the blinds are fully open, horizontal. Not bad. It works. Again, they're fine. Once the blinds were set up in the SwitchBot app, they were put into a group and then added into Matter so that they were visible in HomeKit. I really do like having automated blinds. They're one of the most convenient accessories that I have in the house. A lot of times our blinds would just get left closed out of sheer laziness, whereas now I do have sunshine coming in a lot more because I can just easily open the blinds via a button in the Home app. Once I saw how convenient and useful having automated blinds in the house was, then I kind of went silly. Now, this is what I had started with getting into SwitchBot, and this is what it turned into. I currently have 4 groups of blinds throughout the house, and then I also have 4 individual blinds that are integrated into HomeKit. The way that I got around SwitchBot's limitation of 6 Matter devices is simply to get a second hub too. So I have 6 groups of Matter devices on one hub, and then I have 2 individuals on the other. I placed my second hub 2 down on a basement table. It is in close proximity to one of the blind tilts. I don't know if that helps connection or not. Maybe it does. It's fine. So overall, not really as much of a statement about the SwitchBot solution, but I really enjoy having smart blinds inside the house. I feel that it's one of the best accessories that we currently have and gets used every day. As far as the SwitchBot itself, I think the blind tilts are kind of a clunky solution. Very mechanical. It's hard to explain. It's just not a real elegant solution to motorized blinds. I would far and away prefer to have tried the Lutron stuff, but Lutron, for my budget, is prohibitively expensive. SwitchBot is far and away cheaper, and it does work. It does solve the issue. And again, in regards to the Hub 2 with Matter integration, it's fine. I really wasn't pleased that I couldn't install the Hub 2 on a shared SSID, but again, fine. Occasionally, I do see some weirdness with the connectivity between one of my Hub 2s and my network. I'll randomly see no response from the devices that are associated with that specific hub. It's really the only hub in my ecosystem that ever has a problem, so I don't know why it does that, but it hasn't fallen off enough for me to be truly concerned about it. Anyway, that's my overview of the SwitchBot stuff. Um, Automated blinds, super cool, great addition to any smart home. SwitchBot stuff in general, yeah, did I mention it's fine? All right. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. Have a great day, YouTube.